What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Imagination Tech. So, it's been quite a while since I made a video, and especially a travel video, ever since the pandemic happened. And most of the travels we've been doing this time are, mostly going back to Manila. And we are going back to Manila for a couple of days, and it's actually quite expensive. It's probably as expensive or more expensive than actually, going to the beach or something. But yeah. So it is the new reality we are in, and we are going to Manila. So might as well make a nice vacation out of it, right? Back in Manila, baby. So we're here in Manila for like 3 or 4 days, and we're just going to I have a wedding to attend to. A good friend of mine is getting married tomorrow, Saturday. Last night yesterday we got here in Manila. We went to Poblacion in Makati, where there's a lot of nice hangouts and nice spots to eat and nice places to drink. Went to this really nice oyster bar called Wantusawa. They serve really good oysters, so it's a must try if you're here in Manila and if you can go to Poblacion, Makati. Yeah, that was pretty much what we did last night. It's quite packed, so you might have to wait like an hour to get a seat. Considering that was a Thursday night, but yeah, maybe you could go there in the afternoon where it's not there's not a lot of people. And I'm still hoping to get a fly here in Manila, but who knows? Maybe this is just going to be a pure travel vlog. So we'll catch you wherever. So we're back here in Baguio, and that concludes our quick vacation to Manila. I wasn't able to take as much clips from Manila, and I wasn't able to vlog. So hopefully that would just make a nice introduction to this video. For this video, we're actually going to be taking a look at this Kingroon KP3S, and it's about time that I got another 3D printer. If you've been subscribed to this channel for quite some time, I've played with 3D printers with a very cheap 3D printer around 2 or 3 years ago. But what's a maker without a functioning 3D printer, right? So hopefully this will give us a lot more things to do on this channel. And we're going to have a lot of fun with it. But first, let's go unbox this thing after this intro. So before we get started, I just wanted to show you a product of my old 3D printer, which is a 101 Hero. It's a $100 printer. This is an SD card holder, and while it was able to produce functional prints, it's not really a quality printer. So after a couple of mods, this is the best that it can do. It's not it's okay. Compared it to something that I had printed from a friend. And this is from an Ender 3. It's an okay print, still some calibration issues, but the main reason I haven't gotten a printer for the past couple of years is because 3D Shed PH, or rather Timothy Reyes, was around, so I could he produced these really great quality prints. His printers are really calibrated to a high degree. So I'm not sure if you can see how good this print is on the camera, but this is a really good 3D print. And aside from that, he also does 3D design and the CNC cutting on the side as well. So you know, if he's a one-stop shop, so anything I need, I just tell Timothy, and I don't, you know, I don't have to bother. I don't have to deal with the hassle of calibrating my printer or whatever. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, I haven't gotten a 3D printer. However, you know, having my own 3D printer means that I can print things faster. I don't have to have it printed and then shipped. Don't have to, you know, I mean, the cost is just secondary. It's definitely going to be cheaper. So this is a Kingroon K3PS. And I'm not going to review this, just going to unbox this, but there are some reviews that say this, you know, long term and even on the short term, this is better than an Ender 3 and even out of the box. So actually, Timothy recommended this printer for me. He produced this on a Kingroon, I believe, or a K3PS as well. So, so that's why I went with a Kingroon K3PS. So I'll probably just link some reviews from other YouTubers about this printer. And for us today, let's just go ahead and take a look at what's inside the box. So inside the box, we have this printer instructions, a warranty card, and this that Timothy warned me about is really junk filament. We don't need that. It comes with a power supply, of course. It's 24-volt power supply. One downside to this printer is the power supply is not integrated into the main body. We have a box of spare parts. Oh, this is nice. It even has some spanner wrenches and hex wrenches, USB, and a wire cutter. That's cool. Not sure what this is. Z-axis. Oh, it's probably the lead screw. Yep. And it's a good idea to, you know, enclose this in this like PVC tube, so at least it doesn't get damaged in transit, because if this gets damaged, then you're gonna have a lot of trouble calibrating your printer. This is the tray for your spool, although I will probably print my own spool holder, but yeah, if you have one of those plastic spools, they just stand on here and stand beside your printer or wherever. The Kingroon K3PS comes mostly pre-assembled. So we got this part over here, and yeah, and then the bed, the gantry, and everything is over here. There's also a magnetic bed, so that's really pretty cool. Now I'm just going to calibrate this printer, which I will be doing offline so as not to bore you completely. So after about a week with the Kingroon KB3S, it has been printing every day from when I wake up in the morning till I go to bed, and sometimes through the night. And aside from bed leveling, I have not even tuned this thing, and I'm just using the stock Cura profile from their website. After that, I put the printer to work immediately on some tools for the quad workshop, like this clamp vise, this bigger clamp vise, and a couple of sanding blocks. If you notice, I only have these orange PLA right now, but printing with TPU on this, according to Tim, isn't a problem with its direct drive Titan extruder, even at 50 millimeters per second printing speeds. And of course, I had to print some things for the wife, like this whale bag hook, which had to be printed in two halves and glued together. It did have some stringing, but I'm not totally sure if it's because I have my hot end set to hot or if my filament is a little moist. But again, this is a stock KP3S and I haven't done temperature tower tuning yet. Nothing a hot air gun and some sanding couldn't handle, but looking closely at each layer, and I think you'll be pretty happy with the results. While the printer itself occupies a very small footprint for its print volume, the power supply and spool holders are separate, so they will consume some desk space as well. What you can do is print a power supply stand so it stands vertical, as well as a spool holder so it sits on top of the printer or a PSU. Personally, I just put the power supply underneath the desk and also printed the power supply fan silencer to keep things a little bit quieter. Although the KP3S doesn't need any mods out of the box, you might want to print this belt tensioner and keep it just in case. Chances are, like me, you won't have to adjust your belts out of the box. But since the Y-axis belt requires you to open up the bottom of your KP3S, this is one of those things you'd rather have and not need than need and not have. So what's next? First of all, this is not going to be a 3D printing channel. There's a lot more people who are more qualified than me to talk about that, and I'd rather much talk about the things that we can build with this rather than, make 3D printing the topic itself. In short, this is just a means to an end. Aside from that, I'll probably be learning Fusion 360 and some mechanical design. But yeah, I hope I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've had a good appreciation for the Kingroon KP3S, and probably by the end of this video, you'd probably have a sense of why I chose the Kingroon KP3S over some similarly priced 3D printer like the Creality Ender 3 series. So I am going to leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you click on that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and as always, keep building and keep flying.